Come take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
Fine goods for a fair price.
Hunters, scroungers, bring us your metal.
Scroungers? What kind of brutes are you trying to attract?
We were agreed. I do the calling, you do the counting.
You like what I have
I
for sale,
wouldn't say
promise.
agreed.
I don't complain about your counting, other than it takes too long.
I wouldn't have to check it twice if you'd stop droning in my ear.
Well-paid work. Decent. Only the...
I have a snap mall lens to sell.
Excellent. Here's your payment. What a beauty.
Beauty? You only know that word when you're bringing them home from a tavern.
Your objects of art won't pay our dues. I'll tell you why. Because artists are always poor.
Might as well hang that snap mall lens around our necks. There's a dozen hawkers selling them upside.
You wouldn't know supply and demand if it was written on the backs of your hands. I'll make you a deal.
They just
I've
keep
got all the
going.
best goods here.
I'll make...
They just keep going.
Machines or bandits try to get past me, they'll have a fight. Mark my words.
Hunters, scroungers, bring us your metal.
Scroungers? What kind of...
I have a long leg lens to sell.
Huntress, you haven't just brought me metal. You've brought me joy. If I could pay you twice over.
Start buying solid parts instead of baubles and you could afford to.
Oh, think beyond your purse, man. There's use in these if you've eyes to see and a heart to feel.
What about a belly to feed, huh?
You've got a surplus you can dig into. Chased by a long leg as...
Feel like home.
They just keep going.
Were you chased by a long leg as a child?
I'll make you a deal.
The last thing I...
Greetings.
Hunters,
See the move was through like that.
I do the calling, you do the counting.
I wouldn't say...
I brought you both the parts. So, what do you say?
I don't suppose I could buy just the one.
You'd buy the wrong one. So give the hunter her shards for both.
Of course, of course. Here you are. If this is the price I have to pay...
The price you have to pay. The Snapmaw lens might just cover the loss we take on the other.
It won't sell for a loss, charcoal burner. You'd pay handsomely for a long leg lens if you had an imagination.
I have an imagination. When you rattle that piece of junk around, I think of your skull.
From the beginning, this wouldn't be a scrap-dealing operation, that we would have class.
And I told you, a true metal seller knows to get his hands dirty.
As you wipe machine oil on my silks.
Who wears a silk apron to the metal markets?
Won't find
I
better
do.
I
way.
don't care if you think it's superstition. Red Maw has
They just
crushed
keep
all
going.
who hunted it. That's
I
simple.
told you from the beginning this wouldn't be a scrap-dealing operation, that we would have class.
Only the finest
And I
goods
told
here.
you,
See for
a true
yourself.
metal seller knows to get his hands dirty.
As you wipe machine oil on my silks.
Won't
Who
cost
wears
you
a silk
just for the
apron
look.
to the...